Hello, welcome to Soulprint Intuitive Tarot. This is for November 1st, 6 days away. All right, so couple things. Later on this week, probably on Wednesday, I'm going to be putting out another Shine Your Light video. This one is going to be, again, to try to just calm down the energies. I think things are getting a little crazy and we need to do what we can to just sort of get everybody like collectively to just take a bit of a deep breath and and so that's gonna come out on Wednesday. Next Tuesday, I will be releasing another video specifically for election day. And that's going to be, if you feel inspired, you need to calm down during the day, you want to send out some good intentions, that's what's going to be there for you. All right, let's get started. I have more pendulum requests, so we're going to look at those first. And then we're going to pull out the cards. Okay. Somebody wanted to know about California, Bakersfield, which is Kevin McCarthy. Um, and Marissa Wood is running against him. Is Kevin McCarthy, for anybody who's new, back and forth is yes, round and round is no. The pendulum will go stop if it doesn't want to answer, and it will go side to side when it's ready to talk. Here we go. Is Kevin McCarthy going to be reelected to his seat in the House of Representatives? Yeah, that's just the sad truth, people. Sorry about that. Okay. Um, Florida 27 for a house. It's Annette Teddio and Maria. God, I can't read my writing. Saligar, I think. So we're going to go first name so I don't insult anybody again. Okay, so Annette versus Maria. Is Annette going to be elected to the House of Representatives in Florida 27? Okay, that's a yes. Is Maria going to be elected to the House of Representatives? That's a no. Okay, so it looks like Anita, we're going with that. Connecticut. This is between, I think the incumbent, Ned Lamont, is a Democrat, I think, and Bob Stefanowski is running against him. Here we go. Connecticut. Is Ned Lamont going to win his race in Connecticut? Looks like a pretty solid no. I don't even know what party affiliations these guys have. Is Bob Stefanowski going to win that seat in Connecticut? That's a yes. Arizona Secretary of State. This is an important one, right? Because the Secretary of State holds so much power. And so you have an Adrian Fontes versus Mark Fincham. So Mark Fincham, we know, is a little bit out there to the right of insanity. Okay, here we go. Arizona. Is Andrea going to win her race as Secretary of State? Okay, that's a yes. Let's ask this another way. As a result of the November 8th election, is Mark Finchman going to lose his race? Is that race going to be lost for him? Yes. Okay. Ohio. I don't know what this is for, but or where it's for. So Jeff Crossman versus a Dave Yost or Yost. So Dave Crossman, is he going to win as a result of the November 8th election coming up? That looks like a no. Okay. David Yost, is he going to win that election? Yes. Okay. Ohio governor. There's a Nan Whaley versus Michael DeWine. Now, if I'm not mistaken, DeWine is an incumbent. He is already in office. So, is Ohio going to elect a new governor, Nan Whaley? That's looking like a pretty strong yes. Is Michael DeWine going to lose his seat as governor? Okay, well, that's a no. So, like, you can't give me two opposing answers or two answers that mean the same thing. Let's try again. Is Whaley going to win the race for governor of Ohio? Okay, that's a yes. So, is Michael DeWine going to lose his seat as governor? Okay, that's a yes. So, as of right now, keep fingers crossed, it looks like Whaley is going to get in. Okay. New York. This is a kind of serious one, and the reason it's serious is because we don't want a governor getting in there who is going to do anything to stop the investigations into the Trump family business, because that's going on right now, right? Okay, so let's check that one. New York governor. Hochul. Is Hochul going to retain her seat as a governor? Is she going to win that race and hold on as governor? That's looking like a yes. All right. I also want to take a look at the LA mayor's race. This is a Bass versus Caruso. I know I've checked this one before, but I just want to take another look at it. So, is Bass going to win the election of mayor of Los Angeles? That looks like a no. So then, is Caruso going to win the election for mayor of Los Angeles? That looks like a yes. Also want to take a quick peek because I noticed that Marco Rubio in the polls is up like 5 or 6 points, 7 points over Valdening. Let's take a look. Is Marco Rubio going to retain his seat as a result of the November 8th election? November 8th election, is Marco Rubio going to hold on to his seat? That's a no. Um, is Marco Rubio going to lose his seat to Val Demings? Yes. Well, that would be very, very good news. Let's just hope that's right. Okay, so the last little few, if any of you have not seen the videos that were released last week, I did energy readings for the solar eclipse and the lunar eclipse. So we are now in that period between the solar eclipse has already happened. I think that was on the 25th of October, and the lunar eclipse is on November 8th. And so we're in that in between period, and things have gotten really energetically a little crazy. Um, First of all, Nancy Pelosi's husband, Paul, and that horrendous home invasion attack. And of course, he comes in the house screaming, "Where is Nancy?" And then the Republicans on one side of their mouth are saying it's really that shouldn't happen. We got to stop demonizing everybody. And then on the other side of their mouth are saying, but listen, it wasn't political. The guy had like mental issues. No, no. When somebody comes marching into a house screaming, "Where's Nancy?" That's political. I don't care what you say. So there's that going on. We've also had Donald Trump just like going wackadoodle everywhere. He's not doing well in court. He's getting his wings clipped in court. Um, and so that's sort of going on. It just feels, the energy right now just feels incredibly like chaotic and a little toxic. Mars has gone retrograde. I don't know what that means. But if from it, there's it's a sort of, I guess, a significant energy shift that's taking place as a result of that. This is going, listen, I'll tell you this, it's going to be a hard week, okay? Buckle up, take your vitamins, eat your Wheaties, whatever it takes, okay? Because it's going to be a tough one. And it's going to be a week where you're going to really, really, really need to work hard at staying focused on the positive, okay? You cannot give into fear. You cannot give into panic. You just simply need to breathe your way through the week, okay? I just, it's as simple as that. And listen, and it's not going to be easy, but I'm saying in order to maintain the space you want to maintain, this is what you need to do, okay? I'm going to just ask the cards to tell us a little bit about like an overview of what we can anticipate between November 1st and November 8th. Or 9th. Maybe we're going to, you know what, we're going to do 10. Tell me the first 10 days of November. That's what I want to focus on. Tell me about the first 10 days of November, the 1st to the 10th. Tell me about the energies. What are we looking at? Here we go. Oh, before I start, by the way, just if anybody is interested, two things. One, I understand somebody is impersonating me, and soliciting readings. I don't do that. Okay, I do readings that you can only get through me. I am booked. I don't. I'm not running around trying to solicit more of them. So should that come up, please, be cautious. If you want a reading, you have to reach out to me directly at soulprint888@gmail.com, and I will send you the information. For those interested in getting a reading, I am currently booking the first week of December. Okay? And there's a couple spaces still open at the very end of November, but that's where we're at. Okay, here we go. Energies November 1 to 10. Energies November 1 to 10. Energies November 1 to 10. Here we go. Okay. Even though politicians, or some politicians, are very, very anxious to sort of maintain this war that's going on, okay? By and large, the people of the United States are done. They want harmony returned. They want two sides to get along. They want stuff getting done. They're tired of the crazy and they're tired of the nonsense. And it looks like over the course of this coming week, it feels a little bit like some of the crazy is going to ramp up to like really crazy, okay? And people who haven't yet voted or are doing the early voting thing where they can get out and vote early, for God's sakes, don't wait until the 8th. They are walking away from those kinds of energies that really are creating worry, anxiety, stress. Okay, so you have the Five of Cups and the Eight of Cups following that Two of Cups. This is what the country wants. They want harmony. They want the sides coming together and working together. Okay, this is what's going on, and as a result of what's going on, these are the energies that are really prevalent. People are saying enough is enough. If you can't live in any sort of objective reality, maybe you don't even have to live totally in objective reality, but a little bit would be handy. Okay, if you can't even do that, people are moving away from that kind of energy. Listen, Americans are exhausted. They are so done with this crazy, and the only people who aren't are people who will not let go of conspiracy theories, people who have been moved into that. It's like a cult like trance, honestly. And they're not going to give it up. And we all just need to be grateful that they only count for 20 or 25% of the population. But I've said 100 times before, those are the same people who think because I live here in Alberta, I live in an igloo. So you have to be very cognizant of the fact that you can't just excuse me, you can't just sort of shove these people to the side and say, they're not even worth listening to. You have to pay attention to them because as we're learning, one of the things that seems to go hand in hand with the way they're processing information and they're thinking about things is violence. Okay, and so as as a country, as a whole, people are saying, you know what, kind of enough. I want things to settle down. I want my country back to something that recognizes normal. And so there's that. All right. Sorry, Nova's right here. Country's looking for justice. It's looking for balance. It can't sort of sustain the crazy too much longer. And now that it really is clear that really democracy hangs in the balance because you have people in government who are literally engaging in insurrection like seditious behaviors, and they're doing it so out front and in everybody's face that it somehow is becoming mainstream. It's somehow becoming the norm, and that's not a good thing. So as this week unfolds, you're going to see a real shifting in fortunes. Okay, um and I've said this before and it bears repeating multiple times. The energy of this election is going to be amplified or pushed forward by women of all ages and the younger people who are saying, no, 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 you don't get to strip rights from me that my parents and even my grandparents have enjoyed. And that's just not about abortion. That's about voting rights. That's about accessibility. That's about, gay marriage. Like there's so much involved in the way Republicans want to sort of grab on and just shatter what have been norms. And we need to remember that, the Republicans, again, have been very, very upfront. They are going to gut Medicare. They're going to really, really restrict um, social insurance if they don't actually get rid of it, or Social Security. Sorry, that's what we call it out there. Um, this is serious. And so those who were in the light and working towards the light, I think you're going to see a surge, like a last minute surge, where it looks like they're going to regain their footing. Some of those races are incredibly, incredibly tight. But you know what? Take comfort from the fact that a lot of the places where those races are incredibly, incredibly tight are red zones. Okay. So, not all, but a good chunk of them. And so Democrats are giving some of these people a real run for their money. Okay, so that's a good thing. But as I said, the momentum that's going to come, the momentum and strength of this election is going to come from a younger generation who truly, Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Swords, are charging forward and saying, enough. You're destroying the planet. You're destroying our path forward. And we're going to really, really push back. Okay. So this is where the country is moving towards. It's moving towards a new energy that really is moving away quite forcefully from what has become acceptable in the last, I don't know, 5, 6 years. All right. Here comes the power of women. And listen, I know there's a lot of you old hippies out there who are doing your level best. Sorry, I have a frog in my throat. That it's fall out here, right? That's what happens. Um, it's the women, it's the older hippies who fought for these rights 40 years ago, 50 years ago, and they're damn well going to keep on fighting now. And so take heart, take comfort. No offense to men. I know there's a lot of enlightened men who watch this channel, and I'm very grateful for that. But honestly, if you want something done, sometimes you just got to get women involved because they have an underlying passion that comes from a nurturing place. It comes from protecting. And they are not going to stand by and not protect that which needs protection. Okay? Now, there's going to be some disappointments. Okay? I mean, this isn't going to be a blue tsunami, but it is going to solidify the Democrats' position. And hopefully, because of some of the losses, um, people are going to, just already let go of some of the nutty. Some of the real crazies are going to go into the backdrop. Make no mistake, some of them are going to already, like literally by November 9th at 6:30 a.m., they're going to start planning 2024 elections. Okay, so keep that in mind. This is not over. All right. Don't fall into the feeling that this is over. It's not. The fight to tear down what is no longer working continues. And it's important um, to remember that as things move forward, some stuff is going to fall so it can be rebuilt better. Okay. I get a lot of female energy around this. So you now have the King and Queen of Swords. So ever since the beginning of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, when I see the King and Queen of Swords together, it means them. Okay, it is that administration. It is the fight for, the right. Okay, and what you have with this following the tower, it means as things fall, they're going to retain their strength and grow their strength. Okay, there's just sort of an exhaustion, a tiredness, and it needs to stop. It just does. Okay, 9 of Cups, Hangman. So this is asking that you all hold the strongest, best intentions that you can. Do not become sort of um, upside down in your thinking. Um, don't don't let what's going on around you and the things that are going to happen in the next 10 days. Don't let that help make you lose sight in any way. Some of you honestly are going to just need to almost go into seclusion and quiet. And for others, it's going to sort of be a period of seeing the beginning, seeing the new beginning, seeing some really, really good news as the results unfold. So slowly but surely, the country is moving its way from a very difficult place into smoother waters. But again, I don't want any of you to think, oh, okay, phew, this is over. We learned when Biden took office 2 years ago, we learned that just because we put the Democrats in power did not mean that all of the insanity stopped. In fact, in some ways, it ramped up. And so there's still a big job to bring America sort of back from the brink, okay? But you're going to do it. You're absolutely going to do it. He's going to be making a lot of noise this week, Trump. Okay, he's going to be making noise. He's going to be, strutting because there's going to be some really good numbers for some of the people that he has endorsed. He's going to be screaming because legal matters are not going in his favor. They're really, really not, and he's going to continue to rant and rave. And the unfortunate thing about it is he's going to sound more and more deranged as he does so. But he's threatened. He's threatened by his money or the loss of it or losing it, and he will be attacking left, right, and center. The country is going into a period of healing, okay? And you need to very, very much remember that energetically, that is what brings about the healing. It is the voting. It is people taking the time and voting. It is people holding really strong intentions about um, the direction that they want the country to go in, about the democracy that they want to keep and save. And so recognize that this is going to, I wish this could be like a really up and perky reading, but it's not. This is going to be a really hard week because everybody is going to feel backed into a corner and everybody's going to come out swinging. And, you know, when the Republicans come out swinging, they come out swinging with lies and fear. When the Democrats come out swinging, they come out with truth and sort of reasonable logic, and fear is a much stronger motivator. Although I can say that since the Democrats have really, really leaped on to the whole your democracy's at stake, that seems to be working. Also, it would be really nice if they started really talking about what's going to get lost if the Republicans get in, particularly when I'm talking about Medicare and Medicaid. Medicare and Social Security. Expect challenges from defeated people. Expect bickering. There are going to be more than one, more than two, probably more than 5 or 10 people who will not concede their races. Okay. This is not going to be a smooth, hi, darling. This is not going to be a smooth result. Okay. It's going to take time. I think you're going to have some answers on the 8th, in the evening of the 8th. I'm not sure, though, if you're going to have all of them. In fact, it feels very much like the 9th and 10th feel more like kind of when that light at the end of the tunnel, when that sort of the end of the road, when the resolution starts to come through and you can see clearly and you can hold on to the promise and the wish of your country going into a state of recovery and continuing to heal. Um, you know, it's important to remember that when something gets broken, it doesn't matter how nicely or carefully you put it together, it is always, always going to wear the scar. And the scar is a reminder that you have to stay engaged. You have to go forward. And so this is a really super important week for all of you who have already voted or are going to be early voting this week. Congratulations for doing your part. If you can drag a neighbor to the polling station, if they need to go, whatever it is, do your bit. But at the end of the day, At the end of the day, this is what we're going to end up with. Pendulum. Are the Democrats going to remain control of the Senate? No, but please don't eat my cord. Thank you. Sorry. Are the Democrats going to retain control of the Senate? Yes. Are they going to increase their numbers by a minimum of 2? Yes. Nova, settle down. Are the Democrats going to hold the House? Are they going to retain the House under Democratic rule? It looks like yes. You know, when I heard about Paul Pelosi, one of the things that I thought was these people who react like that, these people who resort to violence when they don't like what's going on politically, they don't seem to understand that when they do those things, it really galvanizes the left. Okay? I'm betting that there are some people out there who are just going to sit this election out, and they're looking at Paul Pelosi and that attack, and they're saying, you know what, this is so not acceptable. I can't just let this kind of behavior slide, because this is going to become bigger and bigger. And so what they don't understand is their very behavior and their very actions actually are so much more beneficial to the opposite side than it is to their side. All right. As I said, the Shine Your Light video will be out this coming Wednesday. I will see you again on Friday. And I will not be releasing a video next Tuesday on the 8th, except for sort of a Shine Your Light video. I'm likely to pop on either Wednesday or Thursday and kind of, take a look at what the energies and what's going on then. Okay. Until next time, take care, be well, and I'll see you really, really soon.